Hey, welcome. Thank you for coming back to see this MuddaCluckin podcast. I'm your host, Dean Austin. This podcast is about all things funny, all things life. Now, I have a special guest, a good friend of mine, powerful in the business, powerful brother, actor. I'm about to bring him in here. We're going to jump straight in because I know he's a busy man. So I want you to check my man out. This is my man. This is him right here. This is my dude. This is my dude. Let me show you who he is. That's my man. That's Tray Chaney in the house. Check. Tray Chaney. What's up, brother?
Dean Austin, my brother, man. How are you?
Man, we go back, man, like skid marks on the road, brother. We go back.
Man, you talking about sleeping on floors and futons go back, right?
Yes, sir, man. Yeah. I'm blessed to have you here, man.
Yeah, man. I'm honored to be here, man. I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. It means a lot to me because I know you're a busy man. We're going to keep you up too tight. We're going to try to make it tight because I know you're on set, you're doing your thing, and we're going to bring you back for another time where you can, elaborate and have a little more fun with me. But we're going to get right in, man. I want to tell you right now, man, for y'all who don't know, this is my dude right here. This is Tray Chaney. He played in the WIRE to HBO'S, Saints and Sinners. Also, right now, currently, as we speak, this brother is on HBO, on HBO Max. We Own This City.
Yeah.
Playing police officer Gordon Hawk. Hawk, man. And I've been watching it, bro. It's fire.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
It's fire.
It just feels good, man, to, 25 plus years in the business. A lot of people, they met me. Even with you met me when I was playing Poot on the Wire.
Right.
I was cast for the Wire in 2002. So to come back 20 years later with this team, David Simon, Nina Noble, George Pelicanos, Ed Burns, the same team that created the Wire, and to come to We Own This City, for them to bring in Renato Marcus Green, the director who directed King Richard, is amazing. I play a police officer named Gordon Hawk. And for people that's not too familiar with this story, it's based off of a book written by Justin Fenton, We Own This City, about the rise and fall of the Baltimore Police Department Gun Trace Task Force.
Nice.
Think about, police officers that are supposed to be protecting the citizens, that are supposed to be, keeping the community safe. They were doing the total opposite. We're talking about corruption. We're talking about extortion, just terrorizing the citizens of Baltimore. Anybody that they would suspect that was a drug dealer or anything, they would track them so they could rob them. So it was.
Wow.
Yeah, I play, police officer Gordon Hawk, and Gordon Hawk works for the Harford County Narcotics Task Force. So my job is just to be the assistant to another officer, David McDougal, to solve the drug overdose cases. But we're kind of like the probe that sets the gun trace task force into motion, like cracking the case.
Okay.
So, going from playing, like I said, Poot on the Wire 20 years ago to now playing this police officer was a totally different look, different the way that it's being received, just around the world, man. It's a blessing, to still be in this business doing what I love to do.
Man, that is beautiful, brother. You getting it in, and you look good in the blue.
Thank you.
Even though you're wearing street clothes, you still got your badge,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And that's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing to see you come full circle, because when you play Poot, it's a totally different character than playing policeman Gordon. And I wanted to say detective. I kept thinking detective.
Right.
That's why I didn't say policeman first. I kind of stepped because I like, but policeman Gordon Hawk. And just to see you go full circle from playing Poot to playing policeman Gordon Hawk is a transformation, and it came full circle.
Yeah, it definitely did, man. And in between that, it was a lot of just grinding, constantly, grinding every day, going on auditions, being told no. I remember, moving to LA, just like, hey man, I need somewhere to stay. And, just both of us out there just hustling every day and
right.
And auditions and pushing to book jobs. And then, it came a time when, I just moved back home. I moved back to, Forestville, Maryland, Washington, D.C. And from that point, this was like after The Wire had ended in 2008. So, I found myself grinding, like selling merchandise, my own movies, my merchandise, my CDs, T-shirts,
Hustling.
out the trunk of my car,
Wow.
and that led in 2015. That led to me getting a call from the head of Bounce TV, one of the casting directors, George Pierre, and he said, we got a role. We heard about your street buzz out there in DC. We're real big fans of The Wire, but this show called Saints and Sinners, we have a pilot that we're actually shooting. Well, actually, it wasn't a pilot. It was already picked up on Bounce, and they were on the season finale in the first season, and they wanted to bring me in as Clifton Powell and Vanessa Bell Calloway's son. So that first scene in the first season, the season finale, they see this character Kendrick Murphy, that's who I play, get in jail, and he has the big scene with Clifton Powell, and the next thing you know, I was only supposed to be like introduced in that first season finale. They end up bringing me back. Second season made me a regular, and now we're looking at 6 seasons on Bounce TV. And
Bruh,
and
I seen that scene. You fire, bruh.
thank you, man.
Fire. You and look, and so how is it? And I I'm a fan of Clifton Powell.
Yeah.
My boy is too. My boy, we always talk about Clifton Powell. He's a great actor. One of my I guess my funniest and best memories of Clifton Powell was in what's the one with what's the one with where he was playing, he was with
Pinky.
No. He was with my boy. He's with
Tyron Turner, Menace to Society.
Menace to Society. I couldn't think of that. Yes. When he came outside and talked to the white guy outside, that was hilarious, bruh.
Yeah, man.
That was hilarious, and it was good. And he's just deep. He has range, man. He's dope. So my question is how does it feel working with him? Because when you with another dope actor, it brings the best out of you.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, Clifton Powell is a legend. So it like when I found out, that okay, he's going to be playing my father, I said, okay, this is because the casting director never told me who Kendrick was. He just said, look, you're playing this character, Kendrick Murphy. Kendrick Murphy, you and your father going to have this scene in jail. I never knew who was going to be my dad. So when I get there, it's Clifton Powell. And, me and Clifton had done independent projects before us leading up to, being series regulars in Saints and Sinners. And I was just like, wow, man, I know I had to step my game all the way up.
The way up.
He's been in the business for years. And but we hit it off. And Clifton is somebody who I really give the credit to. I wouldn't have an agent if it wasn't for Clifton. He was the one after we shot on Saints and Sinners season 1, and then when we went into season 2, he's like, man, who's your agent? I said, I don't have one. And Clifton referred me to my agent, Joy Purvis, out here in Atlanta.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And actors like that will actually force you to get better and be better.
Yeah.
And I had the same experience with Regina King.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Same thing. I had to step my game up, man. You don't want to flop in front of nobody like that, man. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You struggling to make it. You trying to get your name out there, and you just want to make sure that you hold your end of the bargain when they say, come down here, hit your mark, and do what you need to do.
That's true. And I definitely got to give credit to Vanessa Bell Calloway as well. She plays my mom. So it's like, you got 2 legendary actors, and I'm on set with these 2. I spent majority of my time on that show with them. So it's like, they're like, look, on time, we're on time extra early. It's better to be an hour early than 1 minute late.
Yep.
Show up, know your lines, because time is money. Nobody has a lot of time to be wasting. I just learned so much from them on and off screen, and we became family. It's not even about just always being on screen. They know where I live. We hang out, all of that. So I just was in a blessed, very fortunate situation with Bounce TV, Saints and Sinners, and just getting in with them in the beginning stages all the way up until now.
Right. That's beautiful, man. like I say, your grind is strong and hard, man, and I love it. And what people don't know about you is that you're a child entertainer,
Yeah, I started off as a hip hop
dancing, music. People
music.
don't know you can get down like that, bro. I do because we go way back, you
Yeah,
know.
definitely, man. Yeah, starting off in the business at 8 years old is as a performer. Opening up for legends like Big Daddy Kane, who's still my OG today. You
So
know,
were you the kid? Were you the kid that was like Eddie Murphy Raw, where he said in front of the family, "Kick them in the ding ding"? Were you?
I, yeah, I was that kid all the time. For family functions, go Trey, go Trey. You seen all
Oh man,
the videos,
you was
but
the
yeah,
party starter. Mhm.
it was just something that that's what I was around. My family, the Chaney family, man, they love to have parties, man. They love to having family over. They love dancing. They love music, and I grew up around that, so it rubbed off on me in a way where I really wanted to pursue it as a career, and
Right, right.
in that at a very young age, they're like, okay, we're getting ready to start taking this kid to New York City to Apollo. I won Apollo.
You did that's beautiful, man.
I won Apollo 5 times. They used to have news cameras following me around in DC. Like when I was,
Man, you was on that stage as a kid. I didn't get there till I was 20 something doing stand
yeah,
up there, you know?
yeah, man.
But that's beautiful.
I was on that stage as a kid, and of course, as you get older, and I hit my teenage years. My parents, they said, okay, now it's time to focus on education. We want to take this part of your life away, this career, and you got to focus on education. So I did what any other child would do. I started rebelling.
Right,
Anything
right.
that I could get into in school, I did it. Fight,
You just starting fights.
right, right. And I'm like, but at the same time, that's what I appreciate my mom and dad for to this day.
Right,
They kept me out the street, even though I wanted to, explore what street life was like.
right,
And
right. And that's a beautiful thing that
yeah,
they
get
kept you out.
involved with the wrong crowd and anything you could think of that was negative. But my parents, they stayed on top of me, man. And to this day, I'm blessed to still say, both of them are here. I'm still, we talk every day, and they're
Yeah.
real supportive. And for me to have my own family, my wife, my 2 kids, my granddaughter, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad that my upbringing was what it was, because it could have went left plenty of times.
Right, right, right. That's
Coming
yeah,
up, because I just felt like, man, if I'm not, on stage performing no more, then yeah, I'm gonna see what the streets is like,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
streets don't love you, man. The streets don't.
Nah, nah. And you had to get it out. You had to get it out, and that's what the arts did for you, because it was either get it out doing what you in the arts, or get it out and be in the street with some gangster named Art.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
right.
either the arts or some dude named Mark. Come on, play. I got you, man. Come on, man. I
Yeah,
can make you a lot of money, son. I can make you a lot of money. You're
yeah.
like, nah, but my mama said, nah, but I got you. I'm your daddy now. You know, you don't want nobody like that. You know.
That's why I'm so fortunate to still be here today to just talk about these type of things. And
Yes.
also, encourage other kids, man, that's growing up, and even adults. They have problems with striving for their dream, and life is so short, and we gotta take the chance. We gotta take the risk, and we gotta go make it happen. And
Right.
as living and breathing, this is what it is.
That's
We
what
make
it is.
a commitment to ourselves to say, okay, if I'm going to be in this business as an actor, comedian, hip hop
Mhm,
artist,
mhm.
this is the commitment I made. It's no negotiations. It's time to go full fledged, tunnel vision, head down skating.
Right. I agree. I totally agree. Now we met through Dova.
Yeah,
Now Dova, I've known Dova since she was 13 from Northern Cali.
I know.
She came to the East Coast, and that's how I met you.
Exactly.
Now,
And
my question is, and
yeah,
I'm sure we spoke about this a long time ago, but just for the viewers, how did you meet our mutual friend, sister Dava?
well, my parents came up as Job's Witnesses, and we grew up like that, and that's how I met Dolga. She went to one of our Christian meetings, like congregations, and
Oh, nice.
my parents were very good friends with her, you know, and her and her husband. And we that's how we linked. And I think it was them behind the scenes having conversations about what I did as an artist, and they were said, you know, my brother Dean Austin, he's out there. He's out there in LA. He's doing his thing. And that whole setup with us connecting through her was big. You know, that was I had maybe been to LA maybe once before then, but to come out there and live, it was like now I'm getting
big.
LA is like, you know, and for the short period of time I was there, because LA is a beast. Now,
right. It is.
Now I can handle LA like back then.
Right. LA is intimidating.
It really is.
It's intimidating for any artist to come out to LA, but you have to look at it like this too, man. I'm from California.
Right.
I'm from Northern California, Oakland, San Francisco Bay Area, right?
Exactly.
And even for me coming out, and you came from the East, even for me coming out here, it was like, whoa, it was intimidating. But the thing about the main thing I had was that I knew that once I hit the stage, I can kill.
Right.
Just get me on stage and I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Just get me on stage in front of people, I'll make them laugh. That was my comfort zone. That's been my everything. And that's the thing that propelled me to stay and to continue to do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's true, man. And I mean, like you said, for artists, like I always refer to today and now as, okay, now if I go out LA now, I know how to move and shake out there a little bit better, because, you know, now, you know, we got the work. We've been in the business for a long time. We got the connections. It's a clicked up connection type situation out LA. Just like in Atlanta though. You know, I mean, but once you've been in it for so long and you start developing these different relationships, you can, you know, you can move. You can move a little different. And
you can.
Now, me coming to LA, I know everybody in LA.
Right. Now you connected.
Yeah. Now I'm a little bit more connected where I can come out. Okay, I'm gonna hit up my brother Dean.
Yes, sir.
Anytime. Yeah. Come out there and get busy.
Now, you're talking about your family. You have a couple of kids. Would you encourage your kids to get in the show business or not?
No, that's not something that I would if that's what they wanted to do. Now, it's a big difference from me saying, hey, you need to do this because I'm doing it. But it's almost like, you know, take for instance my son. You know, my son can act. You know, he's been in plays, and, you know, in his earlier years in school, like I want to say what, 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade, he's been in plays, but it has to be something that the kids want to really do.
Right.
Because I wanted to do at 8 years old. You know, I'm still doing it now. You know, I never had no other plan from what I'm doing now, regardless of anything they got in the picture. You know, it's always been, okay, I'm an entertainer. I was born to do this. Whatever it is, whatever that looks like. If it's music, if it's television, if it's film, plays, acting, whatever. I was born to do it. So when I look at my kids, I'm like, okay, well, he did his plays in 8th grade, but now he's in the sports.
Right.
I'm like, all right, well, that's gotta go with that and everything that comes with it. You know,
true.
Gotta do everything that comes with it. And my daughter, you know, the same way. She's into fashion designing.
Wow.
That's what she wants to do. Then me and her mom are 100% behind them, and that's it. You know, and but like I said, it can't. One thing I think, I know I set the example for my kids and showing them that you can't give up. You know, you can't wake up one day and say I want to be a football player or fashion designer, and then in another 3 years you be like, nah, this ain't for me. You know?
Right, exactly. That's like my nephew. My nephew, he's 12 now, I believe. Yeah, about 12.
Yeah,
and he's great at playing soccer. Actually, he wanted to play soccer since he was 6.
Okay.
And my brother was like, soccer? Ain't no black dudes playing no soccer. You know, play a man's sport. You know, he had that attitude a little bit. He didn't say it, but I can tell. He's like, soccer. I told my brother, I said, look, man, if that young man wants to do it, that little boy want to do it, make sure, and he loves it, and he don't really know much, let him do it.
Right.
Now he's a beast.
Yeah.
He scores like 2-3 goals a game, and he's only 12.
See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but that's how I'm looking at it. If this is something that you want to do as far as being in the business, you gotta be 100% involved in every single thing that come with it. Take for instance with us, acting. It's like we go on. Sometimes actors go on auditions. We audition way more than we book.
Of course. Oh yeah.
Book jobs.
You get way more no's.
People see when somebody yes, like HBO, we own the city. It's like, oh man, you're, and I'm like, you just don't understand how many throughout the 20 years,
yes,
thousands of shows, projects that we watch on TV that we love that told me no.
Brother Trey, if I told you some of the shows that I didn't get that I was close to getting, I mean big shows.
No, exactly,
bruh. Yeah. It's just it's one thing you can do is you can allow the no's to devastate you and for you to just give up.
Right.
Or you start realizing no doesn't mean yes. No just means it's gonna happen later. No just means it makes you stronger. No just lets you know that you have something.
Exactly.
You do have something when they say no, because you wouldn't be there in that position to hear no if you'd have something that they want to see.
But see, that's how I had to look at it too, man, because even with pins and callbacks and watching advise and avail checks, it's like, okay, but you can't even get excited. A good friend of mine, Larry Mitchell, who plays Detective Kilpatrick on We Own the City, he made a good point a couple of weeks ago, and he said, watch and advise, avail checks, they do not feed my kids. So when we get that, okay, it's you can celebrate, the producer see me, but until we ready to make an offer.
right. Until you make an offer, sign on the dotted line.
I had to stop getting excited, man, because I'm like, you know what? I know I can act. I know I'm talented. I know I can walk outside to any restaurant, store, mall, anywhere right now and get mobbed for autographs. But at the same time, it's like, okay, they see something, but like you said, maybe it might come later on down the line. I mean, just think of this road now where we own this city. This is 20 years later. This is 20 years later from Poot on the Wire.
Right.
In 2002.
And you could have gave up.
Man, I could.
After Poot, you could have been like, I'm done. I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. This is some bull.
I could stop reaching out to David Simon. I kept in contact with David Simon for 15 years. 15 years, I would email him and he'll tell you, for the last 15 to 20 years, he would get an email around holidays, birthdays,
I know what you said.
Or randomly check up on him and his like, hey, how's it? And he's like, oh,
you checked in with him more than his family. He probably told his son, look here, you need to go ahead and check in like Trey.
And you know what else is funny, man? With even We Need to Talk, the new movie that comes out Friday. It's a comedy. My first comedy, right?
That's the question I was going to ask you, but go ahead.
First comedy, but Thanksgiving Roast was my first comedy.
Okay, all right.
The Talk is a video gamer. I play a video gamer. His name is Tango Unchained. And a good friend of mine, Todd Wolf, he wrote it, he directed it. James Maslow from Big Time Rush, Nickelodeon, is the star of it. I'm a supporting actor in it. We're just playing video games. It's about James Maslow. He goes by the name Great Scott. Huge, famous, successful video gamer, but it's a line drawn when it comes to balance, because you could spend so much time on a video game until you start neglecting your family, right?
Right.
So that's what it's about. And for me, when I read the script, it's a comedy, but he wasn't writing for me to be a comedian. Everything that I said in it, the punchlines were just so on point until it makes people laugh. It's a comedy.
Right.
But prime example, we did a film called Streets with Meek Mill before Meek Mill was even the mega superstar he is now, back in 2010.
Okay.
I kept in contact with Todd for the last 12 years. I kept in contact with him. Hey, Todd, how's the kids doing? Next thing you know, hey, man, I got a role for you. This was here of keeping in contact with him.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, have you ever done any comedy roast? You thought about it, and that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
That's nice. You enjoyed it, right?
Oh man, yeah. My first comedy was Thanksgiving roast. That's out on Amazon now. I played this guy named Preston Mitchell, who's getting ready. You know, he's engaged to this woman in DC, but he has to meet her family. Like, so it's a crazy movie, man. I know you will love it.
Oh, that's dope, man. That's dope. I like that. Now, I have a question for you. So this is what I call the RQT portion of my podcast. Random question time.
Okay.
It's just a random question. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
No doubt.
Okay. All right. It's a why. You have to say why also. Okay. It's a why at the end.
All right.
Would you leave a sweat lodge in Saskatchewan, Canada in the middle of winter, walk out after being in a sweat lodge out into the cold, or would you rather trek through the jungle of the Panama jungle in the heat of summer? And why?
Okay, so hold up. Ask me the first question.
Okay, so would you rather, you're in a sweat lodge, right, in Saskatchewan, Canada? Now you don't sweat lodge, you sweating it out, right? But you have to leave out of there and go outside in the middle of the winter, or would you rather trek through the Panama jungles in the summertime, in the heat of summer? And why? Which one would you choose and why?
Well, the Panama jungle, the animals are out there.
Animals out there, but it's hot though.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. I'd rather, I guess
I'd rather walk out in the cold.
So yeah.
All right.
I'm walking on the cold. I ain't going out there in the summer with animals. They looking at me like
dinner, right? They looking at you like, here comes our meal.
I'm not gonna play that game.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Dang.
That is crazy. Now, what role are you, I should say, most proud of, I should say, or that you got most excited about when you start booking and it don't have to be like a big role, but the role that you was like, man, this is what I've always wanted to do, or man, I can't believe I got that, even young in the game. What role would that be?
Which role, man? Because I'm gonna tell you what happens for me, and this is before I even answer that question. What usually me is I'm blessed to get roles that get me the attention of like worldwide, right? So when I book Poop, we're talking about The Wire 20 years later.
Correct.
I can go anywhere across the country,
and everybody knows The Wire.
Everybody knows The Wire. When The Wire ended, I found myself at a low point, right? And
right.
Book Streets with this up and coming rapper that's getting ready to be the biggest thing ever, Meek Mill. That's when Netflix was just really
right. So that's when Netflix, you had to order your DVDs.
Exactly.
Right.
So Netflix, with that running on Netflix and BET, that was one of the roles. But I gotta honestly say, it has to be right now. This We Own This City.
Nice.
Playing a cop, because this is something totally different that the world is getting to see.
Yes.
Social media. When we were coming up, even when I was living out there in LA, we wasn't real heavy on social media. Like
no.
Instagram and Twitter, that wasn't even the thing back then. But now, I gotta say, this police officer Gordon Hall,
that's beautiful.
Max, We Own This City, because now the world is getting to see my range.
A different side. Yep.
I'm honest. When me and my wife went to the premiere, the first one in Baltimore, because I went to the one in New York as well, I didn't know what to expect. I knew, and I told her this. I told everybody. I said I knew what I shot for 2 months, but I didn't know how they were going to put this together and have me in every other scene, and really people, be glued to the TV saying, "Wow, you really know how to act. You know how to play."
Right.
And I'm like, it surprised me. You know what I'm saying?
And I will interject something, brother Trey. A lot of times when people see you play Poot, they think as a black man, that's natural to play.
And
it's sad to say, but that's what people think, right? Oh, he black. He can play a thug. He can play this. He could, he can play it from the hood. But
Exactly.
when you actually show your acting chops, where you have to play a part as a cop, they look at you a little differently.
Man,
it's crazy.
You're saying the same thing my uncle Jimmy told me literally yesterday. He said now you're looked at in a totally different light. It's not and I can feel that now. I told my wife today, I said, man, I don't think I ever been this busy in my life doing press like this. And I'm talking about, I don't look at no press platform as being small or big.
Right.
I'm like, just the fact that people in California and Australia and Canada, I mean, these people are like, I watched We Own the City. You played a cop. And I'm like, this is the role, I guess, in this day and age with social media and everybody able to get their hands on HBO Max like that quick. People have been watching this on their phone. So yeah, this was the role.
It's the role. It's hot. And you like I said, I'm enjoying it. And you're right. You're in there. As soon as you turn it on, the first episode, and there's my boy right there. I was like, I'm looking for some bumblebees. Bumblebee.
So funny. I like I said, when I seen it for the first time, I was sitting in the theater and I was like, hit my wife. I was like, man, I'm going to run this one to the through the roof, because once I seen it, and what's so funny is almost every day I'm trending on Twitter. That's the crazy part. Every day it's like Poop goes from drug dealer to
to legit cop.
Yeah, a lot of people, I mean, and it's nothing against my family supporters, anybody like that, but a lot of people may not have known that I could play a cop. That might have not been, because I did get typecast when I did The Wire. I got typecast.
Right.
Who called me for drug dealing roles, all of that. Even on Saints and Sinners, I mean, that was sort of like a small peak of, okay, he is doing something different. I wasn't a drug dealer, but the whole, just being like a bad guy that gets out of jail and stuff like that.
Right.
That's what I portrayed on Saints and Sinners. But I'm Clifton Powell, Vanessa Bell Calloway's son. So it's more family issues that I'm having on that show.
Right.
But like I said, man, We Own the City was the is the one. This, you got Hollywood knocking on the door now.
Yeah. And I'm the opposite of you.
Yeah. I went from doing maybe 2 auditions a week to now 2-3 auditions a day. Like they coming in, and my agent, you can always tell when your agent, when her energy shifts. Like, we got 4 auditions. I mean, I'm going from doing auditions during the week, doing auditions Sundays now. Like,
wait, you do not just the weekdays, you doing the weekends.
Yeah, people like, you need to turn this in by Sunday. So I'm like, all right.
You like Sunday? I thought, why not Monday? No, we need it by Sunday.
And
now,
just to be in those rooms now, and Dean, that was my first time with an article on Deadline Hollywood. I had never, been featured on Deadline Hollywood Reporter, none of that. I didn't know. I knew what that stuff was, and I had always, like, oh man, one day, and then. Who would have thought out of 6 episodes of this mini series, I'm only in the first 2 episodes, I get that type of light. Deadline Hollywood Reporter. Oh, he plays a cop. HBO.
It's the shift, bro. It's the shift. It's from Poot to Policeman Gordon Hawk. It's the shift.
And I haven't even, and the crazy part about it is, and this sounds crazy, the buzz hasn't even started yet. Like, because HBO, they're gonna run this forever. Right, it's people every single day. Like, I just watched the first episode. The first episode came out 3 weeks ago. So that's the beauty of a powerful network like HBO. And they not only casted me as Gordon Hawk, they picked up one of my songs. One feature when I'm in a surveillance. When we're doing the surveillance, when we're in the truck with me and with the officers, that's my song playing in the background.
That's you? Oh, yeah, I've seen that episode. That's you?
That's a whole nother check.
That's beautiful, bro.
That's a residual income that I'll be getting the rest of my life.
Right. And the thing about it is, you didn't even know they was gonna go for your music.
I had no clue.
You just got the part, and then they said we can throw your music in there.
I got the part, and I went to David Simon, the creator of The Wire, and the same team behind We Own This City, and I said, I want to submit my music. Y'all know for the last 20 years I've been opening up for people like Snoop Dogg, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Slick Rick. I got music, and I submitted 3 songs. Out of those 3 songs, they picked one of them, Know the Feeling. And just to go from, okay, you're getting paid as an actor, but hey, we need to negotiate Tray Chaney, the artist. We need to negotiate how much can we do for the song, residual, all of that. So that was a whole nother, that was the Tray Chaney bit. They asked for my company. They like,
that's amazing.
Entertainment. This is a business. I'm a business now.
You get it, man. Hey, the next row I get, I'm gonna put some music in it.
Exactly.
That's nice, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Beautiful. And it's funny because for you, it's the opposite for me. I'm always playing the cop or somebody in uniform or somebody like that. I'm never the hard dude, I don't have that hardness. I can't, how you get your headshots, you send it in, and your headshot, you have a hard look, but they be like, he ain't hard. He too nice. But he's nice hard.
I had none of this. I had no beard.
You didn't have a beard?
I didn't have like.
Oh no, for poop.
The first time they seen me, the world seen me with the beard was in Streets, Meek Mill.
Oh, okay.
Out in Philly, and all the Philly dudes, their beards are down to here. I'm still mine down to here, but I said the only way that I'm cutting this is if it's a nice check involved.
Right. Now, did you know? I thought about this the other day. Back in the day, if you had that, you guys didn't do it. Young guys didn't do it because they thought they looked old.
Exactly.
But now that's what it is. You get that beard. It's a statement. You're making a statement.
Yeah.
You see somebody with a beard, the beard hanging all the way down to their waist.
Man, I'm telling you.
But you keep it on point. That's what's important is that you keep it on point. You keep it smooth. You keep it clean. You keep it greased up.
I gotta put some moisturizer in this joint now.
Put some jojoba oil.
Right.
That is amazing, man. I'm so proud of you, man. I'm like I said, I'm very honored and humble and I'm very happy that you're able to just come out, man, and take time out of your day when right now you're actually working. You're doing your thing right now.
Yeah, most
definitely. So you took our time to step up and do that, man. And I love you like a brother. We are brothers, all go way back. And like I said, keep your hustle and your grind going, man. And we will link again and we will do it again and we'll have more time next time and we'll just chop it up.
You're gonna be with me when I come to LA though. HBO, man, they got us running, man. So
okay.
Had some dates out there, man, and hopefully it's when you got a show, because that'd be dope if I could bring the cast to, check you out and all of that. Like,
yeah, that'd be nice, man. You let me know in advance, and I'll make sure I have a show. I'll be doing shows in front of Johnny Rockets.
You were the first person to take me to a live studio. Was it All of Us?
It was. I think, yeah.
It was Will Smith.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And I never forget that. And even to this day, Terry Vaughn. I developed a great relationship with her from years ago. Now her and Karan, her husband. Karan played on Saints and Sinners with me. So yeah, man, I never forget that, man. Those were some great times. I experienced a lot out there. That's why now I'm ready for LA. Like I'm ready to now. I'm ready to come out LA now. Like
yeah. Well, you know what, man? In my mind, and what I seen, your drive and your passion to do this, you've always been ready. Yeah. You've even back then, and that's why you are where you are today. Yeah. That's why you are, because you've always been ready. You people like yourself and me and the guys that are on the grind and constantly doing it, we're always ready.
Stay ready, so we don't got to get
stay ready. So you ain't got to get ready. And that's
like they call. I got to pack. I got to go.
Right.
I got to go to Philly tonight for we need to talk. The premiere is
nice.
And the hype around this, all the news stations that's going to be there for the past weekend. I mean, this is going to be crazy, and you're going to love, man. We need to talk. You know, it's a comedy. James is phenomenal in it. He's a great actor.
That's beautiful, man.
No, I'm an actor in it, and it's really, you know, we tapped into a whole nother world with this video game world. You know, watching these gamers play these video games all day. It's pretty unique, you know, when you see it.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I can say this, man. You know, it's a pleasure to call you my friend, my brother, family. And I just want you to keep grinding, man. And like I said, I really am happy that you're able to take the time out to just come on here and chop it up with me for a bit, man.
Yeah, man. As soon as this is ready, man, please send me all of the clips, the links. I'm gonna really post this thing up, get it out there, and I can't wait to come back. And I got man that I'm gonna send your way, like some of the actors from Saints and Sinners, and We Own This City. Like, I want to, you know, I want to throw those your way, man. So you could definitely, you know, add more value to your joint as well. To your platform.
Right. Yeah, I would love to have them, man. Tell them I would love to have them, and I'll make sure you get everything so you'll have it for your promo. And like I said, man, like I said, most people, and you know this how this business is, man. You know, industry, but most people will say they're gonna do something and they don't sometimes.
Right.
And that's not just the business, that's just people in general. You know, you people got no people like that. But for you to say, I'm gonna do it, man, I'll be there for you, man, and I'm gonna come out and grace your podcast, man. It means a lot to me, brother.
Yeah, man. Nah, it meant a lot to me, man, when you reached out and called. I mean, because I always, and it's funny because that day you hit me, I say, man, we just was talking about you. Like, I remember my wife flew out there. And I was like, the town on the road, you was gone for like a month. Like, man, I got this place to myself. I don't know what to do up in Detroit. Man,
hey, man, do that again. I'll leave the key under the mat. You just come in. Forget that.
I would never forget that. And yeah, you know, things are just constantly moving. And I'm glad to be on here. And I really, like I said, I'm gonna start sending some people your way who might be potential for you to interview, because I really love this platform, and I just want to, you know, get it out there more.
Thank you, brother. And please do me a favor, tell your family, moms, everybody,
your
wife and kids, your wife, especially the kids. Uncle Dean said, "What's up from California?" You know what I mean?
Well, most definitely, man. When they see this, my mom and dad gonna trip out. Yeah, I can't wait. But you edit this up and get it right. I'm gonna send this to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it to you, brother.
Okay, man.
I appreciate it, man. Much love to you, brother. Peace.
Nah, man. Much love, man. Thank you.
All right, late.